Hello, beautiful people. How you doing this evening? Beautiful people, I had a wonderful experience. I had a very interesting experience yesterday, beautiful people. I had the pleasure of meeting this couple yesterday, age couple, people of color, an African American couple. And, they were aged, been around for a while. I had to ask. I needed to know because I wanted to share it with you, beautiful people. He was, I believe it was either 86 or 87 and she was 80. I remember that. And she was tall and he was short. And I thought it was the most beautiful thing that I had ever seen because the height never came into mind until I really just noticed because of the correlation, the unity, the love, the oneness, the beauty and the power that was injected into it. Unlike this generation, don't know anything about nothing like this. And I just began to ask them questions, and none of that's this foolishness that comes into mind today, prenups and all that kind of stuff, and giving up and walking away and can't get along and can't agree with one another. You know, None of that stuff came into mind. It was what I hear from all couples that are from that age whose marriage is successful, and they all say the same thing. You would think that they were all in couples groups and couples therapy together, and they all, were learning the exact same thing. Beautiful people. It was just a wonderful experience to have. They all say the same thing. When I saw him, when I saw her, you know, they trust feelings, they trust emotions like children. Children are better at it than any of us are. And because children, like that generation of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of people, when they are in each other's presence for the very first time, they ain't thinking about, because like this generation, they live in fear, they don't trust, they're insecure, and whether they admit it or not, and they're controlling. They want to control the flow because they want to go through all this process of getting to know you and engagements just in case stuff happens. All these beautiful people, none of that camp comes into mind. They don't even know anything about that stuff. That's this new age stuff that they come up with. Because they don't trust feelings. They don't trust love. They don't trust emotions. They want to control the flow. That like I said, if we admit it and they're insecure, they're controlling. But those beautiful people, once they were in each other's presence for that very first time, they knew that they wanted to be with that person and they were going to be together. And within 1 to 3 months' time, they were married. And they've been together 62 years. I hadn't even been here. I wasn't even born. 62 years, these beautiful people been together. And they look so pleasant, so calm, so peaceful, and they just complimenting each other. You know, she had baby, give me the money. She's reaching in his money pocket, getting the money. And he's grabbing the napkins. He know exactly what she liked and the way that she liked things. And in order, they were correlating and they were communicating. It was a beautiful experience, to have. And the unfortunate thing about it is this: when this generation sees that generation and people like them, they call them old fashioned, outdated, you know, uh, you know, uh, uh, late. They don't know what they're talking about. But can't nobody in this generation, they don't even know anything about those 62 years. So how on earth could they be wrong and you be right? All the education in the world can't prepare you for stupid. If you just don't know, you just don't know. And that's just a general statement. Beautiful people. I trust what they say and I trust what they do in children because they all do the exact same thing. This generation, you know, we want to build this friendship, you know, and get to know each other. That's going to happen anyway. Okay? That's going to happen anyway. If you're going to be together, if you allow the beauty of your soul to be open, you will experience such beauty. Children know in that very moment if you're a good person and if you're a bad person. They know because they exist purely off of emotions and feelings and dealings. That's how they relate. And they trust naturally, viably, for which they exist and how they exist. And they're right every time. Every time they're in my presence, I get the same old reaction and responses from every child, all children. They all react to me the exact same way. They can't walk away. They struggle to walk away. When their parents is pulling them, their heads is turned, looking all the way back, and they still trying to talk to me the best way they can with what they know from the little knowledge and information they have from their fully undeveloped little brains to relate and communicate with. But it's love. It's all in the atmosphere. It's an emotion and it's a feeling. It's not a control. You can't control it. You can't limit it. You know, I want to build. No, it's naturally got to flow. It's naturally got to happen. You can't control the flow. You see, you can't do it. You know, this generation won't admit it, but they are. They're insecure about relationships and love and getting to know people, and they want to control it. Education can't teach that. Education cannot teach what a child naturally, viably, normally does. Education can't teach the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of love's purity. To be in someone's presence for the first time and already know, trusting your feelings, trusting that love and that emotion and the beauty of it that fills the atmosphere, trusting it, doubting nothing. In that very moment, they already know that they want to be with that person, tall or short. This generation, it has to be like you're ordering something from FedEx or Amazon or something. It's got to be delivered. And if the package ain't right, or if it's been opened, you got to send it back, like a mail order bride or something like that. You know, it's just it amazes me. You know, he's got to be tall because I'm short, or she's got to be tall or short because I'm tall, and all that kind of stuff. Had nothing to do with love. Has nothing to do with the purity, and the richness of its beauty. Had nothing to do with it. All they can think about is what they want and how they want it because they heard somebody else said it, or they all came together in agreement in this generation. Okay? That love ain't got nothing to do with it. Emotions and feelings and dealings don't have anything to do with it whatsoever. It's just what I've been told and what I heard and what I see other people do or what I've seen in public. Nothing to do with love. And I watched the lady behind the counter, the Hispanic lady. She heard me and I was asking all these questions. I'm watching her body language, her facial expressions, and she's just going through it and I can understand because it was beautiful. It really was. These beautiful people and all of them of that age need to teach classes so that this generation can learn something. If they're open and submissive to learning because they think education is everything. And it's not. And I'm watching her. She told me, she said she's been married for 11 years. They never heard of nothing like that before. She was intimidated. She said, my little 11 years. I told her, look, I'm sure. I said, well, you know what? At least you do have some years in and you're moving along the way, okay? And something good has to be happening for you to have still been there for 11 years. She said, yeah, it's good, but listen at this. She said, listen at this. It makes you speechless. It makes you keep silent in the wisdom, knowledge, and experience of being in someone's presence like that, who's disseminating that kind of wisdom and knowledge. And she said, and you're right, I haven't even been here that long. And they talk about 62 years. 62 years is a long time to be with somebody and still look like you just got together today. or yesterday. That's how they were looking. And it was beautiful. It was extremely beautiful. And I'm going over my time. Beautiful people. Have a smiling day.